Nothing But the Truth.
5E mantra, which is excellence across the 5Es. We believe in erudition.
Wow.
We believe in enrichment. We believe in expansion. We believe in empowerment. And finally, we believe in the environment.
We are going to start our first unique initiative with Manipur, women who have been in distress. The riot hit Manipur. About 50 women are coming who are going to be, skilled in various ways to get empowered and go back to be able to start some ventures of startup or some such thing in the fragrance industry.
Which are India's best colleges to secure a degree in arts, science, or commerce? Or for that matter, in medicine, engineering, law, architecture, fashion design, business administration, social work, and a host of other disciplines. How do you choose which college offers the best option for higher studies? Hello, I'm Raj Chengappa of India Today, and in this episode of Nothing But the Truth, I will give you a sneak preview of the magazine's annual survey of the best colleges of India across 14 major disciplines. But before I get into the details of the findings of the survey, there are some interesting facts about colleges in India. Around this time, every year, over 10 million students in India have just passed out of high school and are frantically searching for the best colleges to study in for a degree in a discipline of their choice. That's a phenomenal amount. Another figure which is interesting is that there are close to 45,000 colleges across the country to choose from. Again, that's a lot of numbers, 45,000 to choose from. So it's really a tough choice for students and their parents to home in on what is the best college to get a degree from. And so realizing the dilemma they faced, way back in 1997, that's 28 years ago, India Today magazine launched the comprehensive survey of the best colleges of India. Now it's the 28th edition of India Today's Best College Survey, and over the years it has become the gold standard for determining excellence in higher education. Even Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has acknowledged the survey, and here is what he has to say about the India Today Best Colleges Survey.
And as a civil society body, as a media house, India Today took responsibility to evaluate the best colleges of our country and publishing it continuously. This is a compliment to our education ecosystem.
Now, before we come to the results of the survey, let's talk about the methodology of it and why it has become the most definitive guide for excellence in higher education. Firstly, over the years, India Today has expanded the survey to 14 major streams or disciplines. When we began, it was just 5. Now it is 14. And let me just give you the disciplines or the subjects that we are looking at, or the colleges that offer these. And these are arts, science, commerce, engineering, medicine or medical, law, architecture, social work, business administration, dentistry, fashion design, social work, hotel management, mass communication, and computer applications. That's a whole range. It really covers a vast spectrum of choices. Secondly, since 2018, the survey is being conducted by the reputed Delhi-based agency called Marketing and Developing Research Associates, or MDRA. So along with MDRA, we have, or India Today has refined the methodology over the years. Also, we have been consistently expanding the scale of our operations, as you can see. So let me now introduce Abhishek Agarwal, the Executive Director of MDRA, whose agency has been collaborating with India Today magazine for this. Abhishek, welcome to Nothing But the Truth.
Thank you, Raj. It's an honor for me. You have beautifully explained about the background of this study.
Right. So I'm going to drill you down into a lot of details. So can we, Abhishek, give a dashboard approach of how your agency goes about collecting facts? And let's start with how you collect the data itself. I think that must be a fascinating process.
Sure, Raj. I think it's a very exhaustive process which runs from January to June. So it encompasses around 6 months, wherein around a gigantic number of researchers and field workers are on the ground to collect data. I think inclusivity and outreach are two important barometers which distinguishes our ranking. And over the last 6 years, I have also personally visited a number of colleges as part of the audit of data, and the colleges also respect our ranking, because they know that while we are taking a lot of data, specifically for each of the 14 courses, we take data on 112 plus parameters,
Wow.
which is huge. In fact, a lot of colleges need a help from our researchers in completing the long objective data submission form. Basically, the survey is open to all the colleges, all the 45,000 plus colleges who are eligible for participation in this ranking. Basically, in terms of eligibility, the college should have at least 3 batches passed out, and they should be offering classroom programs. We are not ranking any online or distance learning programs.
So you would have sent notifications to 45,000 colleges or close to that?
Actually, yes. Some colleges have some problem of data, some are new and so
Right.
on. So yes, while we put the objective data submission form on our portal, which is www.mdraonline.com, and it's open to all. We also, raise the awareness about the survey through your magazine, through different social media, and we call to more than 15,000 colleges.
Wow. And how many
and
of
send
them?
emails to them.
How many of them do you shortlist finally?
So it's basically over the last 6 years, you might have seen the participation has doubled from around 900 to 1,800 colleges across streams. In fact, if you see the major streams like engineering, etc., all the top IITs, if you talk
Right.
about medical, all the AIMS, the NIPTs, then Indian Institutes of Hotel Management, all these participate in our ranking. They are, in fact, we start getting calls from these institutions as early in December, that when are we going to come out with the rankings.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, so we have a rigorous process in place wherein we send emails, and apart from that, I think the questionnaire is very integral process of this data collection. So this is all about objective data. Furthermore,
I'm going to come into this because I think, everybody must know how the India Today MDRA survey, what is the analysis it bases on. And from what I understand, there are 5 major parameters. And let's take a kind of a dashboard approach to some of these things. Let's start with the first one, which is academic excellence. Now, how do you judge academic excellence? Briefly, we don't want the full 119 parameters. I know it will fill up the whole hour if we did that.
So, Raj, you'll appreciate the beauty that all of these 14 courses have different expectations of aspirants, students, and the industry recruiters, etc. So we cannot judge all basis the same sub-parameters. So each of these courses have 5 key parameters. For example, first is intake quality and governance. It is one of the most important parameter, having I think 30 plus sub-parameters. So the key parameters are quality of permanent faculty, that includes their qualification, their experience, research experience, classroom interaction, student to faculty ratio, which is very important, scopus contribution of faculty, publication of research papers, value of research projects taken from industry, number of research papers, then number of patents held by the faculty and the institute, then scholarship given by the colleges, alumni association, faculty exchange program, and so on.
So that's a large thing. Now let's come to the second factor that you'll take into account, which is intake quality and governance. Again, when you look at these are tough ones to really judge from. So what is it that you look for? What is the essence? I don't want the full list, but what would be the key in this?
I think intake quality is very important. If you see, that is what distinguishes top IITs from others. So at the very first stage, they are able to attract the best of the best talent. So we consider some around about 20 sub-parameters in this parameter, which are entrance test scores. Their type of entrance test through which they select students, their budget and resource allocation for the students and faculties, their fee structure. Basically, lower the fees, more marks we give to that particular institute. Then age of the course, how long that course has been established. It's very important, because then thereby they have very large industry network, alumni network, and so on. We also consider number of applications they receive to selection ratio.
Right.
Yeah, internal quality assurance system is there, institutional values and social responsibilities is being considered.
Right.
And student diversity is very important subparameter of this parameter.
Okay, we are just going to come straight into the results for the moment, and I'm going to go in quite in detail as to what these are about. We have two guests waiting for us, so I'm just going to start now. So, now I'm going to give you a sneak preview of the winners of the three most commonly sought after degrees, which are Arts, Science, and Commerce. The winner of the All India Best College for Arts is the Hindu College in Delhi. It is also a double winner, winning the All India Best College for Science too. And for the All India Best College of Commerce, no guesses, it is again Sri Ram College of Commerce. So I am delighted to welcome the two principals of these award-winning colleges, Professor Anju Srivastav, Principal of Hindu College, and Professor Simrit Kaur, Principal of SRCC. Congratulations to both of you all for these outstanding achievements and the fact that how do you foster excellence? Let's talk about that. Let's begin with you, Professor Anju Srivastava. Congratulations, as I said, for Hindu College winning both the Science and the Arts awards for the best colleges on this one. What's your first reaction to that win?
Very happy, obviously. Thank you very much. Hearing it from you is even more sort of rewarding for us, and really happy, and feel that the work, the reputation is being recognized, and gives us a lot of reasons to continue to work well and continue to provide opportunities to the students and in the right direction for the larger benefit of the society and the nation.
Great.
So we are very happy,
Srivastava.
very happy. And of course, again, in science, as you have said, I don't think that we would have expected anything less than this. We've always worked hard, but obviously we are not working for the rankings alone.
Right.
But whatever we have done in this past year, I think has been well gauged and well assessed by this very unique methodology that India today has adopted, very comprehensive methodology. The nuances of streams, various streams are very well recognized. And that's how I think it gives a lot of satisfaction when you see these stream-wise results coming. So we are very happy with this. Thanks so much.
Okay, I just want, before I come to Professor Simrit Kaur, just what is your mantra for fostering excellence? What are the 3 or 4 things that you look at when you say, okay, we need to be on top? These are the 3 or 4 things that we need to do.
So this is for me, right?
Yes, Anju Srivastava.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Rajji, there is the only very well old-fashioned mantra is hard work. And that is what I think from the time that I have been the principal, I have worked like that, and I have a very good team working with me with the same sentiments. And which of course is combined with providing the best educational opportunities and experience for the students who are coming from all parts of the country, and learning and understanding with them. I think the college provides that kind of an atmosphere which gives them the space to be understood, and they can communicate to us. And so that liberal sort of an atmosphere is provided, and they are able to, hone their skills accordingly. At the same time, we are rooted in our core values, and welcome and keep embracing with open arms the technology, the innovations, the demand of the time, the need of the society. So which of course includes, as I said, innovations. Research is a very prime area that we have been working in, from both the teachers and equally responsible we feel for, passing it on to the students, in the sense that they should be getting a flavor. They are young students. They are in the undergraduate level. So they have to be given or groomed for learning what they can do even more in their subject. Otherwise, trends are that they would leave the subject after graduation or even post-graduation and pick up other kinds of, avenues for their career. But our initial thrust is that we would like to, even if we are able to pick 20% from the same, group of students who can be very promising in continuing with that area in terms of research and giving it back accordingly to the society, then there is a lot that they can be groomed for, and that's is our thrust, which is research. Then for that, we really work a lot, and we have a lot of additional courses, which I have been speaking about earlier also, that we have, additional courses which are of, very modern, contemporary nature, which have not been included in the curriculum. So then the students need to be knowing all of that. So which includes, Indian knowledge system, in advanced knowledge in computers, artificial intelligence, drug delivery.
I'm going to come back to you, Professor Srivastava, on this artificial intelligence, but I want to bring in Professor Simranjit Kaur at this moment. Her college has won the best college, All India College for Commerce. So congratulations, Professor. What's your first reactions to winning the India Today's Best College for Commerce?
Extremely delighted. Getting recognized for what the college is publicly, and that too at your forum, means a lot to us.
Thank you.
It's a moment of great pride. And it is also encouraging because we remain committed to maintain our #1 position for coming decades. So thank you once again for this very comprehensive analysis, in-depth analysis. The entire team of India Today that we have worked with for a number of years till now has been extremely cooperative. And I must congratulate and compliment you and, of course, the team at Sri Ram College of Commerce, because they are the ones who enabled us to get connected with you. They are the ones who are working very hard, not just during the timings of the college, but even beyond. So it is a very beautiful day for us, but it is also motivating, inspiring, and we remain committed to let this continue in the future.
Now, one of the questions I asked Professor Anju Srivastava, I'm going to ask in a slightly different way. How does SRCC be always top, of the ranks that is there? If you see, for the last decade or so, you have not allowed that position to go. What keeps you all going? What is the, what is the secret of that sauce that you put into SRCC?
I think understanding the very core of what commerce and education is all about, it's a very dynamic course. Unlike other papers where the curriculums may not be changing so fast, today's environment is very dynamic, and it's important for us to keep abreast with the requirements of the industry. This we have been doing, going beyond what the curriculum requirement is at the university level, which of course means that our industry connect with the academia, our academia connect is very strong. But ultimately, no matter what we think of, any world-class institution must have three very sound platforms. One is the teaching learning mechanism, which is taking place within the classroom, where primarily we have the students, the faculty, and the researchers. But simultaneously, there's another component, which is our infrastructure, be it financial, be it digital, be it physical. And finally, it's the governance mechanisms. If your vision is clear, you have a very sound governing body, and your mission statements are fine, and you're working towards it, I think it becomes much easier to go in for a policy of excellence. And if I may add, we actually have a 5E mantra, which is excellence across the 5 E's. We believe in erudition. Wow. We believe in enrichment. We believe in expansion. We believe in empowerment. And finally, we believe in the environment. Each of these, given the time, I could also elaborate upon, because I think unless this kind of a holistic system is not prevailing, it is very difficult to make our students the most desirable ones, not just in the corporate world, but also in the bureaucracy, or be it nation builders. And I personally feel that being #1, just in terms of student progression or what the industry is requiring, is not what makes a college at the top level. but our alumnus, who are the ones we always call as our stock variable, the kind of word that they have built around and the perception building, they've contributed so much to the nation that the very word SRCC becomes your entry card to several places. So I'm very proud of being given the privilege of heading this institution.
I'm sure many of your alumni, both of SRCC as well as the Hindu College, will be very happy to listen to both of y'all. I'm coming back to Professor Srivastav at this moment. And you had mentioned technology. Now, one of the big things that has happened is the leaps that have happened in technology and the introduction of artificial intelligence. How much of that has begun to impact your curriculum? Is it positive? Is it negative? And then I'll come to, of course, Professor Simrat Kaur and get her views on this. But let's start with you, Professor Srivastav.
Right. Yeah, Raji, it's that in the curriculum, we don't see any, for the courses that we are running, we have not seen much of interception or contribution coming from AI. But the knowledge base for AI and its utility in the social sciences, the way it is going to be taking the world very soon, that is being, we are working on it, and we have some very ambitious projects that are coming up. We are almost in the process of, sending a big proposal to the government on this, and working on some very pertinent aspects of the society today, using data and analysis from the data that we get, and I mean artificial intelligence and machine learning. So that is, we are very, very hopeful that we are going to work on that. We have some, we don't have a computer course per se, but we have some very talented students and teachers together who are working on it. So technology that way is going to definitely come in social sciences. That is what we are actually using, the integration of social sciences with sciences, and vice versa, wherever possible, so that we are able to come to issues which can be solved. There are so many issues, but if they are not taken up holistically, they cannot be solved today, and no solutions can be provided for the society. So that is one of the major thrust areas. And coming to the environment, also we are working on that. We have some patents also which have already been awarded to us for some of our very keen colleagues who have, and including, of course, I am also involved in it. But so we have made some indigenous, sensors for, contributing towards air pollution, and some machines for disinfections, etc. So these things are very baby steps, I would say, but they are very encouraging steps. And so our, and particularly for air pollution and water pollution, we are working a lot on that in that area. And
essentially, you are sort of moving from.
Also, last thing, one point that I was missing was that now we are going to be focusing on little longer courses. Like we've been doing a semester of add-ons or certificate programs, but we are now going for a little longer one, which make the students very employable. They are all going to be skill-oriented courses, which we are launching from within this month. We are going to do it. And the industry collaboration with our colleges should be definitely getting an uplift, and with students getting prepared, and especially those nowadays, you see lots of students going for startups and such joint ventures. Those people need to be also getting some background, good knowledge of the work that they would like to do. And all that is, so real world interfaces are being increased in the college.
And this brings me to Professor Simrat Kaur, where for you, as you had mentioned also, that the interface with industry is critical, particularly for commerce that you're there. What are you all doing? What are the big changes you've seen in the last 5 or decade where you're moving that ball forward, as well as incorporating whatever latest technology is there in terms of your curriculum?
I think in terms of the latest technology, it has to be Industry 4, which we are talking about, and big data analytics is what the industry is also requiring. Even before the National Education Policy was launched, we had already started these papers as value-added courses for our students. We were teaching them Python, we were teaching them R. These are the skills that are required for big data analytics. But now that even in the national education policy, a particular course is there on Python, it is immensely very wonderful news for us that we've been able to not only do the teaching for our own students, but we are also a cluster college for teaching this particular paper to students coming from the other colleges. So yes, Sri Ram College of Commerce is at the forefront of teaching the present day software, which will then help us in understanding big data analytics. Also, simultaneously, many of our faculty are already researching on areas such as the blockchains or cryptocurrencies. And we have a faculty lecture series, which are research series, wherein the faculty's research is communicated to the students in a very systematic manner.
Right.
Additionally, which I would like to tell you about is a project that we did for Competition Commission of India. It was totally based upon big data analytics in the cab aggregator industry. So primarily the question was whether Ola and Uber, primarily the two cab aggregators, are involved in surge pricing, and what is the perception of the consumers as well as the drivers to the surge pricing, as well as the algorithmic collusion that could take place on the platforms which are cloud platforms.
Right.
Now, these are concepts which are also taught in the classroom of any commerce or economics student, because surge pricing fundamentals is coming from demand and supply, shifts in demand and supply. Now we are using big data to understand what happens if the demand curve is shifting or the supply curve. So there's an applicability of what is there in the theory. Similarly, on again economics and commerce courses, there are concepts like mergers and acquisitions, cartelizations, unfair trade practices in the corporate sector. Here, through this particular project, we got an opportunity to understand if algorithms of Ola and Uber could collude or there is a malfunctioning, then what are the regulatory frameworks through which the rest of the world has addressed these issues?
Excellent, yeah.
And because most of these concerns are very ongoing contemporary topics, what is the right way of approaching? And I'm very pleased to inform that the recommendations basis our own study is now on the website of Competition Commission of India. And through the soft implicit touching, the cab aggregators are being asked to be more transparent in their governance and their formula making systems. Also, I would like to inform you that while on one end we are taking forward Industry 4 and more futuristic kind of projects, at the same time we are also very much inculcated with the culture. We are embedded to what the culture was in ancient times. We have done two projects, one with the Ministry of Consumer Affairs. We did it on consumer protection and legal metrology in ancient times. And when I say ancient times, it is 2000 years ago, what was the consumer protection and legal metrology?
Interesting.
And very immensely, wonderfully informing you that most of the present day structure is actually emerging from the ancient times. And most of these projects, my students are involved in it. So while the faculty is doing the research projects, my students are connected. And finally, one more thing that I would like to add is the direct training that the faculty of our commerce and economics is providing to Reserve Bank of India. Our applied economics, our faculty goes to either Mumbai or Pune to train the RBI officers. Similarly, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, accountancy, advanced accountancy, financial derivatives, corporate governance, and public policy and economics. Everything is being trained through the faculty of Sri Ram College of Commerce. And when our faculty is training, it automatically gets percolated in the classroom teaching with the students, which enriches the whole system.
Now I know, I can, just listening to both these brilliant academicians, I can understand why both your colleges are right on the top of your professions on this. But finally, I know, everybody would want to be talking to you all because this is admission time, and I'm sure you must be having thousands of calls. But one final question to both of you all. If you had to advise a youngster today, I mean, I wish I was a youngster because I'd like to join both your colleges, but that's out of the question at the moment. But if you had to advise your youngster, what would be, Anju Srivastava, what would be your 3 or 4 things you'd tell the youngster as he or she steps into your world or the undergraduate world?
Well, I think I would like to firstly congratulate them for their choice. If they're coming to the college, then yes, wonderful that they are here. We're waiting for them to get groomed by us and get into the culture of learning and listening and getting more confident and seeing the various avenues and not really what they might have thought when they have entered. Are they really going to pursue that? Other than that, also, there will be several more avenues, and they should be exploring that all. We will be providing them with all support, and they should keep believing in themselves that yes, they can make a difference, and the support comes from the college. That is one, and the other is that while they are doing their hard work in college, they will be given a lot of freedom, but they should be able to handle that freedom. That is so important. That if they go astray because they are free to attend classes or not, then they may get disoriented. So we need to tell them time and again that they have to carry out things very responsibly, and this is the time, this is their time. They are the nation builders, and for their contribution to the nation, colleges like ours are also trying our best to give them best opportunities. As Professor Simrat said, colleges have improved in their infrastructure. Our college is also not behind. We have added in the last 7-8 years, we have added several learning spaces, very modern and very state-of-the-art, which undoubtedly provides them a lot of opportunities to learn and grow. And just not this, they will be able to do things, as I said, to the society. The college's social responsibility, the institutional social responsibility, is also at a stage where it can be swept off to various levels. And we, for example, from this Monday onwards, 24th June, we are going to start our first unique initiative with Manipur women who have been in distress. The riot hit Manipur. About 50 women are coming who are going to be, skilled in various ways to get empowered and go back to be able to start some ventures of startup or some such thing in the fragrance industry. So it's a beautiful project which has been given to us by the government of Manipur. And so what I'm trying to say is that we also need these students as much as they need good colleges. So, and we are so excited that again we are going to have a set of young minds who are going to give us the impetus to work even more. And with agencies like yours who can assess our passion and can give us that recognition, I think it's a beautiful time to work in.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And wonderful thing what you're doing on Manipur, so relevant that our youngsters also can get to learn some of those things. Professor Kaur, what is your couple of tips for the youngsters that are going to, not just in your college, but across?
I think I would reinforce what Professor Anju has just said. Students are our wealth, and we look forward to having them in our campus. It is always a mutually symbiotic relationship between the students and the faculty. That is also the college. We are all important stakeholders. But ultimately, the objective or the mission, something that they must know is we aspire to make them socially responsible global citizens. And several things are encompassed in them. Socially, they have to be responsible. Globally, when I say, of course, environment is very much a thing that climate change is negatively impacting us. So reducing the carbon footprints and making them more responsible is important. And the moment you have to become responsible, I think it is towards the nation building in terms of contribution to GDP and the growth aspect, but equally contribution to being human, that is a development aspect. Respect for elders, for instance, is very important. And right in most of our interactions with the students, we inform them how everything begins at home, and love and respect for your elders is something which is important, especially in an environment where today nuclear families have come in. And sometimes in an unorganized sector, you don't have the pension scheme. Children are the ones. Women empowerment, gender equality, how to handle digital divides across not just their own families, but as a socially responsible global citizens is what we are going to inform them about. And also, what in economics and commerce is all about optimization, not necessarily maximization. So, when you have limited resources and you have several aspirations, it is important to understand how to prioritize your time, your resources, and whatever other things are with you. And we are very confident of enabling our student to understand what is best for them and for the nation. And also at the same time, I would like to inform all those aspirants who may not be able to get admission at SRCC to inform at this particular juncture, there are so many avenues. Do not get disheartened just because you think that one particular short-term goal of yours has not been fulfilled. Maybe in the larger scheme, it was never fitting and you never got it. So remain confident, do not lose heart, continue to put in your best and not give up hope is what would be my message for the other aspirants who may not be able to get into some of the colleges.
Fabulous.
But every college has a lot to give, and we wish them success in whichever college they go to. Hone your skills both within the college and outside. There is so much you can do on your own.
Right. Wonderful advice, Professor Simrat Kaur. And thank you very much. I'm sure all of them are aspiring to get into your college, but good advice for those who don't. There's still a whole wide world that's there. But congratulations to both of you all again, Professor Anju Srivastav for your for Hindu College winning the best arts college and the best science college, and Professor Simrat Kaur for winning SRCC winning the best commerce college. Thank you very much for your time and wish you all the best.
So much.
Abhishek, we've talked of two qualities. One is academic excellence. The second is intake quality and governance. Now let's look at the infrastructure and the living experience. That's the other third factor that you'll look at. How do you analyze that?
Raj, I think it's one of the most important parameter which sets a lot of institutes apart from colleges in tier 2 or tier 3 cities.
So it's the quality of the classroom? Is it the canteens? What is it when you say living experience?
These are some very, these are some of the sub-parameters, but apart from this, there are a lot of things which enriches students' living experience and helps them learning a lot. For example, library facility. When we talk about library facility, it doesn't only mean about the physical library.
Right.
We have the subscription of Inflibnet, the timing of the library, the student accommodation capacity in the library. Then we talk about physical infrastructure like campus size, location, built up area, what kind of industry connect they have, and so on. We also talk about, when we talk about laboratories, the type, number, what the latest equipments and materials they can make them available. Then the knowledge facilities for both the faculty and students.
Right.
If a student, because in today's fast moving technology world, we have everything changing very fast. We need to procure those materials very fast. Then probably number of books, subscriptions, journals. I'm talking about both international and national subscriptions. Then probably residential facilities and whatever you talked about, availability of sports facilities.
Yeah, when we were in college, it was all about the canteen. But let's move to the fourth, which is personality and the leadership development. Now, again, this is a very amorphous sort of a thing. How do you assess personality and leadership development, and where does that sort of come in?
Actually, if you see personality and leadership development, it has weightage of around 175 to 250. Across different 14 different courses. So certain courses require more of better personality development. So it covers extracurricular activities conducted by college for the students, as well as students' involvement in those activities.
Right.
Broadly, it comprises of 20 odd sub-parameters that include inter and intra-college competitions, quality of the co-curricular activities, frequency of such programs, industry interactions such like guest speakers, frequency of interactions, project taken from industry for engineering, hotel management, etc. courses. Then students' involvement in the real life projects undertaken by the colleges, number of startups from the college in case of engineering, architecture, entrepreneurship programs, incubation center, foreign exchange program, and so on.
Good. I mean, and finally, of course, the fifth big factor is in terms of career progress and placements. I mean, this has become very important. Education shouldn't be something that is just theoretical and then you end up with a lot of jobless people. What is it that, when you are assessing this, how do you get the data for both of these things? That's very critical in terms of placements and...
you are very right, Raj. So basically, if you see, there are 14 courses which we rank. Out of these, 3 are academic courses, which are arts, commerce, and science. Apart from that, there are 11 professional courses. So for these professional courses, this career progression, for every course, it's very important because everyone expects a better career or better, entry into a better college after graduating from these colleges. But for professional courses like engineering, architecture, law, BBA, BCA, etc., these matter more. So we have around 16 to 17 sub-parameters within this parameter, but these are very important. These are, like salary offered in campus placement for engineering, hotel management, etc. When we talk about salary, so average salary, median salary, we analyze. We also analyze the top salary, then foreign placement, domestic placement, percentages of students placed, then international placements. We also measure something called return on investment, because a lot of students look at colleges as such kind of return for investment. Then probably internship opportunity offered by the college, quality and quantity of recruiters who are visiting campus for recruitment.
When you speak, I now get a sense of, you must be analyzing more than 200 parameters across these 5 major classifications that you're doing, which is a very thorough sort of analysis, right? You are not looking, you're looking at academic excellence, you're looking at intake quality, you're looking at factors of infrastructure, you're looking at placements. I'm just summing up what we discussed in terms of the and governance of it. These are all very critical factors that go into assessing a college, not just finding out what others say, but really going in depth into the factual.
In fact, we have gone a step ahead this last year. So apart from the courses, we have also given the top colleges in terms of subjects like physics, chemistry, economics.
In fact, I think that's a very important thing that MDRA and India Today has done on this, is that when you say the arts college, there are subjects like history, economics, and political science. So while one college might be very good at history, it may not necessarily, though it might win the award, the best colleges, but when it comes to economics, there might be another college that is done. And I think this is, we've introduced since the last year, that we give something like 12 streams, we give individual subjects and the toppers for each of that. So that's a very useful thing for all our, those who are going to use our, both the magazine as well as the website that's there. But let's also come to the fact that apart from factual...
Before we come to all that point, I would just like to mention again that in terms of usability of our rankings, it's much more usable for students. You need to appreciate that one student doesn't join a college. He or she joins a course, for example, BA or BBA or BCA. So, there are a lot of rankings which are in place. If you see them, they club the various aspects of PG, UG, and PhD courses. But when we see how a student makes a decision, he or she is looking for a particular course, say for example BA or BSc, BCom. So our ranking, clear cut makes a distinction between UG and PG courses. So that's the beauty of our ranking.
Wonderful. No, I wish we had more time, but let us move to the fact that apart from factual data, the MDRA team does also do a perceptual survey of top professionals, which they give ratings for each, and therefore it is just not a factual data. They have something like close to 1,800 professionals that include senior faculty members, recruiters, professional career accelerators, and even final year students who are surveyed across 27 cities. And these, of course, are divided quite nicely into north, south, east, and west, and that gives you a whole perceptual survey. And therefore, the question then is that the respondents do rate you all, each of these colleges, which is in a different kind of rating from what you all give in this. What is the weightage you all give both? When you have the perceptual and the factual rankings coming in? How do you weigh the two and say which is more important and arrive at the best college?
Okay, so naturally the objective data which has so many parameters and sub-parameters which are thoroughly checked, so we give more weightages to them, especially for the professional courses, the 11 courses. There is 60% weightage of objective data and 40% weightage of perceptual data. But what we realize that in case of academic courses, which are basically BA, Arts, Science and Commerce, there is a limitation in terms of data availability with the colleges, especially in tier 2 and tier 3 towns. That's why for these three courses, we give equal weightages to perceptual and objective data.
Okay, okay. Now, for those who want the full results and analysis of all the 14 major streams, you must pick up the latest issue of India Today. We just talked of the winners, the top ones. Each of these, you can get a list of over 100 colleges that you can choose from. As the principal said, just not getting to one college which is the topper doesn't mean the end of the world. India Today gives you the full range of that. Plus, among the other things that we have done in recently is developed a special website that gives you almost more like a detailed GPS to help you home into the colleges that you want. I'm going to play you a short clip as to what it can do and how you can go about navigating that.
The Best Colleges of India website. Our website ranks over 2,000 colleges and several hundred universities across 14 fields of study, from engineering and science to medicine, the arts, commerce, and more. These institutes have been ranked on over 100 parameters under 5 categories, measuring their performance on key metrics like academic excellence, infrastructure, a graduate's career prospects, and so on. The site has been designed to be interactive and easy to use. For example, students can sort colleges not just on the year of ranking, but also on the state or city they are located in. Every college on the list also has been extensively profiled, with information available on courses offered, eligibility requirements, admission fees, cut-offs, placements, faculty data, infrastructure, and so on. And that's not all. Even when it comes to employment, our Best Colleges website has you covered. Our Jobs in Demand section presents a snapshot of the kind of jobs available to graduates from different streams, along with information like salary packages, job locations, and companies offering these jobs. We invite everyone to visit our site for the best colleges in India, presented by India Today. Visit our site today, bestcolleges.indiatoday.in.
So apart from India Today magazine, which has the full list of winners that are there, and you can look at all the 14 major streams, as we had mentioned, the website also takes you across, but is far more interactive in terms of how you can choose your college, where you can go, which cities you can do. And I'm repeating the address for you all, the website address, which is bestcolleges.intoday.in. I wish all students and parents happy hunting. This is a very important decision when you take to get into a college, and choosing the right one is critical for your future. So we are here to help you make the right choice through our Best Colleges study. We look forward to greater interaction from you all, how to improve that. Thank you, Abhishek, for joining us on this show.
Thank you, Raj. I think all the students will love spending time on this portal, which is an ocean of knowledge and data about the colleges with a lot of information.
And thank you all for being with me on this episode of Nothing But the Truth. I look forward to having you with me next week. Nothing but the truth.